Good evening, guys. I hope now my thingy will be okay now. I hope my life is okay. I was until the echo. Over to Lesley, I'm back, and I hope now the echo hadio. Sorry about that. So, as I said, so can never see because in and I hope this time Obdi Lesley will pick up and be able to hear me loud and clear. So this was a mistake that happened. So I hope this time utlang kutla. I had to sort this one out. I hope this time I'm okay.
I think you're okay now. You sound much better.
I had to run to pick up my headset, you know, because somewhere else. Sorry about that.
Dumela Mapule, go itshwaretse ke a itse technique sa tse se re fatlhe nako nngwe, so these things happen.
Yeah. So, what you can do for us, introduce yourself, who you are, and Utwakai and all that.
Right. Leina la me ke Lesley Mofokeng, ke motho wa Mafikeng, ke tswa ko motseng o bidiwang Lotlhakane, lo Rapulana.
Okay.
But I'm based mo Johannesburg ke ga jaanong jaana ka mabakeng a mmereko. And I work for the South African Music Awards as the spokesperson, amongst other things. There are many other things that I do, Jaka Hokwala, and projects that tonight it's Merakwame ko South African Music Awards, the SAMA.
Okay. So as you know, today re dira the reviews because the SAMA defeated already. So re tlo go bua ka what happened. So today re batla go itse a lot what happened ka di awards tse di fetileng. So now we have some questions for you gore batho ba itse gore di ntshang and what's going on. So the first question that we're going to ask you, obviously, is there any difference between the SAMAs tsa nou yana tse ne di fetile tsa 27 and the previous ones? Please elaborate for us.
Yeah, the SAMA tsa SAMA 27 ne di farologane thata le tsa ngwaga tse fetileng. As re itse gore ke culture le tradition of South African music industry to go to Sun City and celebrate the summer with a big bash, a weekend away, live celebrations, live music, live collaborations, all of that is in the past. Summer 27 is only Summer 26 in that it was a virtual event. And the main difference is that Yangwaha o fitileng ne le ko Mzansi Magic. And then Yangwaho in the ko SABC1 iling public broadcaster. Ya rona Africa boro. So that's the main real change ya gore platform in re dirisa in terms of TV station in leng gore in a bigger public access. What happens when you go role and watch and participate. And for example, category were introduced last year for Summer 27, this year. Categories such as Artist of the Year, which was the big one. Everything right now it was won by Black Diamond. Very proud of them. Huge congratulations to them. And the best Amapiano album. Kabza the Small, Lema Polisa, Scorpion Kings. Best Prom album, best Kwaito album. Those are new categories that were introduced in SAMA27. Also, you know, the thing that was SAMA27, I can maybe anyway, I think it's one of the questions that we're going to late. I wanted to talk about the hosts. I want to talk about the hosts and importance how select about how long will deliver on the job.
Oh, okay, that's amazing. So already you have told us about the categories that there were new categories that you guys had, and like Abama pianos and com, yes. So it was our second question. So already you have told us about it already, and thank you for doing that, because you know, the summer we know all the time that event everybody wants to be there, you know, wants to be there. I don't know the challenges that you guys came across while you were busy planning this, the challenges that you guys came across.
The biggest challenge, Mapule, was COVID-19 and lockdown levels and the rules and the regulations, how many people can be in one space. I mean, we had big dreams, SAMA27. One of the dreams was that Reboele Sun City, and I hope I did host what is known as a hybrid event, which is people sitting in a room and still streaming and broadcasting on TV, but a limited number of people spread out go Sun City. That was one of the plans. But I think by March already we could see that it was not going to happen. So it was decided then that it will be a virtual ceremony 100%. And that's what happened. We hosted the event 100% virtual. And by the way, most of the time, in level 3, and somewhere in July, if not June, President Ari will go into level 4, which is much stricter.
I remember.
Yeah, much stricter, lots of limitations, lots of things that we could not do. So we were going to go to a venue. We had booked a place where we were going to record the awards live with people, obviously with maximum 100 people. So level 4 said 50 people. So all of that had to be stopped. We had to cancel everything and go into a studio in Johannesburg and record the show there. So a lot of things were changed, shifted, adjusted, cancelled, moved around. But that's the nature of the life that we live, Malaysia, in COVID-19. Nothing is certain, nothing is cast in stone. It's a moving target. So one day you plan this, but it turns out in a different way altogether when you have to execute.
Okay. So another thing is because that means you guys had lost a lot of money due to that, of changing the venue or what?
Well, of course. I mean, I get the idea booking in advance. Things have to be changed. But I think the people that we were working with, the companies and the venues, were quite understanding.
That's great.
Also, especially because some of them were closed. So they didn't have any business, really. So having us there was going to help, I don't know, publicize them, maybe give them a lot more traction and a marketing platform. So it was not such a big loss, but it means that our creativity had to be clipped. We couldn't spread our wings and do crazy things that we wanted to do. We had to be careful and make sure that the summer do not end up being a super spreader event, but they end up being an event that is responsibly produced, carefully curated, but above all safe for everyone who was involved in it. That is why you saw us record studio and having our hosts there on the stage, and no audience. It was just not going to happen.
Oh, okay. So what is the point of what is your point of view regarding this entire execution of the summers? Your point of view.
Well, as I said, didn't turn out the way we wanted. So that's a sort of like a negative, like a minus. But the show has to go on. It's show business after all. It is entertainment. We had to regroup. We had to make plans and make things to work. And the show did go on. The show went on. We had amazing hosts. Lawrence Maleka, Lebontle Modiselle, Naumuloi were just phenomenal. Their chemistry, their rapport, the energy, the excitement, the exchanges, everything that they did, they put their hearts, they left their hearts on that stage. They deserved an audience. Unfortunately, the times did not allow for that. But imagine if they were feeding off the energy and audience, it would have been even more phenomenal. But we're thankful for them. We loved them. We loved them. We really, really loved our hosts. And also kudos, heads off to performers like Langa Mavuso, Sjava, Bushebendalo, Refense, Boris, Valeva Mapiano. You cannot imagine how difficult it is for a performer to record a performance in those conditions. It is unthinkable. Yeah, the energy of the audience, and they want to be left on the stage to do what they want to do, to improvise. But we're in the studio, so everything is calculated, everything is carefully placed, everything has limitations. So it was not easy, but they really did an amazing work. I'm very proud of the performers, very happy with the winners. I think they all deserve it. All of them who are there. There is not a single one that I wish was not there personally. I have my own favorites, Lena, as a person, but I respect the judges' views and positions, and I'm happy. We are at the Summers very proud of our winners, our performers, our hosts, our presenters. I mean, my homeboy LTK representing Mutsuding FM came all the way to present, and he was amazing. He made me feel so proud. I was so happy. Hobana LTK representing Puyo High and not being ashamed. You know, sometimes so
that's true.
So I get to because sonasali history rich. Re Solomon Tekishoplaki, what he did for Setswana, putting us on the map as Setswana, is something that we should celebrate and remember. Kana go tsotlhe ka gonne o ne a toro ya gagwe e ne le go bona Batswana ba le on the same level le ba dipuo tse dingwe. So LTK did me proud. Ke batla go mention it because on a representer Northwest, on a representer Motsweding, and I represent the so I'm very proud of that. So overall, now I can tell you that there are opportunities for improvement. There are places where we could have done better in terms of production. But given what we had, given the challenges we faced, given what the elbow room, whatever, I think English elbow room or in, when we can play around. So overall, we are proud of everyone who got involved in the production of Summer 27.
Wow. Okay, so the feedback from the people, from the public in Siang, because you know all the time re batla go ya go, and not only that, I remember a lot of people, when I was telling them, the Summer Awards where they were shocked. Yes. So the feedback that you got from the people in Ntiang, because other people were not even aware who the Summer Awards on certain date. So the feedback is Amayang.
So what we are waiting for right now for SABC1, get the numbers, the viewership, for how many millions tuned in. I'm convinced it's millions. I know South Africans are passionate about music and they love entertainment and they love the channel that we were on. So I'm convinced it's not million, million, that they will let us know once the data is released. You know, the summers were happening. It's something that we face almost every year. Every year, even when we were Sun City, people used to say, "Oh, I didn't know they were happening." And there's only so much that we can do as an office or as an organization. We had a lot of activations. We were very alive on social media. Our partner SABC1 enabled those promotions or promos to say the awards are happening. Vote down. This is the date, the 31st of July. Lots of stories were written. Our PR value alone, this is my estimation, but I think it's easily over 100 million rand just in PR. 100 million.
Yes, that's a spirit, Mama.
So I think that's my estimation. I could be wrong. I'll come back to you if I'm wrong.
Yeah.
But I know that it's a lot of money in terms of PR value that we generated, pushing the summers, announcing the summers, letting our people know that the summers were happening. Unfortunately, there might be some people who missed it because they consume a different, consume the news differently. But I mean, this was an interesting year for me, Kodisama, where we used IG Live, for instance, where we used what they call Twitter Spaces. I guess they're our Twitter Spaces, where we used Clubhouse. So there were so many. Yes, so technology and we try to really reach as much of the population as possible. And outside of our country, we had a lot of traction. You know, we've got a category we do on the rest of Africa. And we have a lot of coverage from countries like Nigeria, like Zimbabwe, Botswana, Lesotho, Tanzania. So the news really traveled across the continent and about the summer experience, SAMA27. And yeah, so what I'm saying is that but who will miss the announcement and only realize on the day that the summers are happening. Let's not judge them. We consume news differently and they might have, but to be honest, when we look at our PR value and the I don't want to say hype, but just awareness that we created, we feel that we really gave our best. Our PR company did an amazing job. We worked together as the spokesperson, Linda, and participated in a lot of things. I mean, even on the day of the summers, in the afternoon, with about 4 hours to go to the show, we even had Master KG on Instagram as our guest.
Oh, I think I saw that on Instagram.
Yeah, so there was so much support and attention that we received from South African musicians. But David Tlale came on board to wish us well and to share tips, fashion. And I can take it all the way back to when we did Call to Entry. The month of January. Actually, I did most of these interviews. To task. Even your task.
Pams.
Task again.
It was task. Pams.
Pams.
Yes.
Move over to Pams. Pams. I did most of the interviews there for like a whole week. Judith Sipuma, Lira, a lot of people. And you know that one thing that we must never forget about SAMA27 is that we had the biggest number of entries ever in the history of the SAMA. Over 1,160 entries were received. We have never received such numbers in the history of the SAMA since 1995. So it's something that we must always remember and build on. I hope next year we will exceed and grow, because it's a vote of confidence on from our artists and the people who are watching at home or wherever they may be, participating, who are interested in music, are stakeholders, and we love them for them to participate, for them to voice their opinions. We are not shy when people criticize us and say they didn't like something. We accept that. We listen to what they're saying and we want to improve on it. We don't run away and say it's uncomfortable. So, no, we love South Africans because we love South Africans because they express themselves on Twitter, on Facebook, on Instagram. They will fry you, but I will fry you, but I will besa. But I not say how. How's not below?
And how's not below straight?
How's not below?
So yeah, I hear you, Buti. That means a lot has changed. A lot has changed. Like I get you guys were doing pre-recordings this year. It was a pre-recording, ne?
Yes.
It was. So was it viable option for you guys to do it? Will you do it again even next year? Let's say COVID.
Well, I mean, that's the nature of the virtual ceremonies, that you get to pre-record a lot of stuff. There are other shows that were held virtually, and it looked like they were live, but actually they were pre-recorded. There were elements that were pre-recorded. Some elements may have been live, yes. But don't forget, our situation was a little unique and different in that level 4. So we had to be smart. We had to plan ahead. We had to make do, as I keep saying, with what we had. And one of those was pre-recording. The performers, the hosts. It's a very lonely experience when you are up there on the stage as a host, hosting the SAMAs in a virtual ceremony. It's not an easy thing. So for Lawrence Maleka and Bontle Moloi Mudiselle to deliver such outstanding performance is phenomenal. It's just something that we can't stop praising them for, because we know how challenging it was to put together SAMA27.
No, we salute them because we really salute them, because when you look at the awards, like I was watching them and I was like, it's like babu ale audience to be like when they talk, so and only to find out it's oh God, that's amazing. We salute you, Buti. Like, and
they were looking at cameras only and maybe one other person. So get talent. South Africans are very talented. We must never forget that. We keep saying that South Africans are mightily talented. They can go anywhere in the world. They will conquer. There's already about Tucson Bedu all over America. Already about Trevor Noah. Already about Bonang Mateba. So talented thing mo Africa bo.
Wow. That's amazing. Thank you. We applaud you, Obuti Lesley. Like what you guys did, Kadisama Awards, we really applaud you for the fact that the performers, the host, like everyone, that are recorded and people will think. Like imagine that people from overseas, awards, they will think like, COVID. Wow, that's amazing. What is the way forward from here?
Well, the way forward is that we will be calling for entries for SAMA28. Yes, well, let me start here. What's happening is that September, we're going to have what we call a town hall meeting, where the industry and music comes back together to review exactly what we're doing now. We're going to have a review of SAMA27, what worked, what didn't work, difficult conversations, hard conversations, uncomfortable questions, compliments, complaints, X's and ticks, and then And then after that feedback, we're gonna go back and regroup and come back and say, let's now plan for summer 28. What do we want to change to avoid what we did last year? And that's when we look at the rules, the summer rule book, and see what can be changed, what can be added, what can be subtracted, divided, whatever. And then Cabo October, then we'll be saying the industry come if you've released music between 1 February 2021 and 31 January 2022. January is the cutoff time. Submit your entries. You only need, but to understand, you need 4 songs to qualify for an album. 4.
4 guys.
How do you get the remix? This submit the LED pina di for you qualify for album of the year. You qualify to enter for album. That's the trend. Some music in terms of how people are producing music and releasing it. So just 4 songs. Submit your entry and see if the judges will pick you as a nominee and eventually a winner. So that's the call for entry. And then by February, the judges will be hard at work. Our winners, our nominees. And then March, April, we'll make an announcement of the nominees. End of May, beginning of June, we're hoping that we'll host Lady Summer. That's if things are going according to plan. All of this information still has to go through the board, Lady Summer to approve and whatever. So I'm just giving you ballpark. I'm not saying these are definite dates, but this is kind of the time plan, the timelines that we normally stick to. So that's the way forward. We want to be back next year, hopefully not as a virtual event, hopefully as a hybrid at least, at the most, back to Sun City. I can't wait to see who's going to win Artist of the Year. That category is very interesting. It's very interesting. It's completely voted for by the public. And there are no nominees, there's no short list. It's just vote down, vote down, vote down. And then on the night, we will hear the top 5, the top 3, and then the winner, like Miss South Africa. So I like that category a lot because it gives our people a voice, and the winner can proudly walk around saying that the people voted for me. But even with the other categories, it's important to say that the SAMAs, the most positive thing about the SAMAs is that everyone is treated equally. The playing fields are level. You can come, FM and nowhere else. Nowhere else. I was about to ask that. For about the national radio station, so I feel like some station go high, go on thing, and you enter the SAMAs. You're treated the same way as that one person on only the music video at 20 on TV, on only 5 million followers, or at you and give it to vote. You're gonna put your work more, for but and the best person will win. You won't win because on only 5 million followers. You'll win because so that's the nice thing about the SAMAs. The only category is more winner because they have a huge following. Kids want to about Artist of the Year, Record of the Year, Music Video of the Year. But generally, all these categories, you are a musician to us. You're not a superstar. You are treated the same way as that artist or struggling or snang airplay, but I release the music. But because on the quality, sometimes I win. That is why sometimes you hear some musicians also enter the awards. They do realize that some people who are not as big as them can actually beat them. And then but I mean keep politics
it doesn't matter, like 4 songs. 4 songs. So now and apply like it doesn't matter. So what basically I'm saying, They must just take a chance. They must just take a chance to do that. Ne?
Just take a chance to do that, because I think it's more like whenever
Exactly.
what you put in that album, in those 4 songs, what you did, how authentic you were, how genuine the process was, because South Africans are very passionate about music, and they know good music from bad music. So once you put together an album, it's happy, this is the best of me, and I'm going to the summers, and I'm going to take on all of those famous people from all over the country, and I'm going to win. What is going to happen to you?
Exactly.
Just it's happy and just work hard, be genuine. How don't pretend and be something that you're not. The reason why Miriam Makeba became international superstars is because it's in America. And then at go America, and I'm a South African. Banyana ba America ba tsama ka di hairstyle tsa bona, and then she said, "This is my natural hair." Just be yourself. Just bua Setswana seo, because no one will speak Setswana the way o se buang ka teng. And how sa se bue, expect a mang a se bue. So just are in what we do, and the rewards will come. The awards at the end of the day is a cherry on top. What should drive you is the passion for the industry, for music, for touching lives, for inspiring people, for encouraging people along. Because lockdown, we relied a lot on music, a lot. I mean, in our loneliness, there are minutes to get us going through the day. So it's so important that we respect and honor our musicians. But when as a music maker, just keep it real. Keep it real.
Thank you. And interact le batho ba gago. Make sure that when you sing, batho ba gago ba itse dilo tseo. So na le wena re heditse mo. If there's something that you want to share with us, our questions are finished. Aksana sepe se nka go botsang sone, because already you have spoken enough. O buile sengwe le sengwe se se ntsi, like o buile go tlala seatla. So thank you so much go bua le rona o di Lesley. If go na something so batlang go, you can say it now le rona, or bolelele what can we do and all that.
Okay, ke a leboga Mapule. Before ke bona connection in my
sorry about that.
Let me be brief. Ke batla fela o simolola ka go leboga Maftown online magazine for support ya lona, and not only ya disama but also nna as Lesley Mofokeng ke le ngwana Mahikeng le nna. I feel like ha batho go ga lona ba sa go celebrate, really there's something wrong there. So ke a leboga gore be le supportile mmereko wa me and the mmereko wa disama, and my CEO advocate Ntantla Sibisi and my colleagues go disama, and the industry of music. What you're doing is not a small thing, and as we appreciate it. We don't take it for granted. That is why how funa ore ke nne teng ke nna available. I hope le mo geng o tlang o tla tswela pele nne fela yalo le support disama as le bona le hore ke di kgele tse di tlotlang mo Afrika Borwa, and something we have to be proud of and about, jaaka a proudly South African project. So ke leboga le ma Afrika Borwa otlhe ba ba latelang Maftown online magazine le ba bangwe, just go support the disama and to vote and to make your voices heard. Ska la tlhegwa ke ditlhong, ska tswafa gore bolela how you feel. It doesn't have to be nice. It can be uncomfortable, it can be difficult. We will listen and find a way forward gore industry ya rona e gole. Re tshwane le mafatshe a mang le rona jaaka bo Nigeria, America, United Kingdom, jalo jalo. So yeah, ke a leboga thata for opportunity le re fang yone tsatsi le letsatsi, and also for calling me to come back and account as motho a buela disama. Ne ke tshepile gore gongwe go tla nna le people who are online who can pose questions and you know find out so batlang go find out, because di karabo di teng ke tla lefa tsona. So ke lebogile thata ba gaetsho itlhokomeleng ke nako ya COVID ka re modimo ka nna le rona re lwanela mo tshikatshike re lebaneng le yona and a re sireletse jaaka sepela se se tona sa Mahikeng modimo wa boikanyo se bolela gore go gile borraitšhe mo dinageng tsa lenyora mme mo dinakong tse re leng mo go tsone tse modimo tla re goga o tla re tshedisa o tla re fitlhisa ko motsheo. So ke leboga thata, pula e nele barolong ba kgatla botlhe batswana ba gaetsho ke lebogile le ka moso.
Thank you, Buti Lesley. We thank you for your time. Thank you for everything. Until next year. Thank you, Buti Lesley. Thank you. Bye. Thank you, guys. Thank you, Buti Lesley, and thank you so much, guys, for being with us. And we appreciate everything. And Raleboha Mapule from Maftan Online Magazine. I appreciate that. If you have any question, you can leave it under the live air. When I Lesley mention him, so that he can be able to answer your questions. So thank you so much, guys, for tuning in. Mapule Pule, Village Girl, Maftown Online Mag. I'm Brenda Basada, she's out. Thank you so much, guys.